Based on his performances on the pitch, you might have thought Edouard left Celtic weeks ago, months ago. But that time may finally be coming up. This could be the moment where Edouard finally decides to leave. There's been a few bids in, guys. Welcome back to Fog Football, and we're here to talk about the future, or should I say, the lack of future that Edouard has at Celtic Park. Doesn't look like he's going to be around for much longer. The end of the transfer window is at this month. I'll be very surprised if he is still there. He just doesn't look like he wants to be there at all. Last year, he had a poor season, but so far at the start of this season, he's been absolutely dreadful. Every game I've watched him in, he's been absolute shite. And it's getting to the stage now where he's not even starting, he's been dropped. And, I'm pretty sure if Celtic had a better striker than, gambling addict Lee Griffiths and a waste of £5 million Algetti, if Celtic had a better backup option, then Edouard probably would have been dropped a very long time ago. But they don't. Pretty much all they have is him, and they're going to need to bring in a striker, even if they keep Edouard. His form at the moment is garbage. They need someone else. Whether he goes, whether he stays, even if he does return to form, I think they still need a backup striker, if he gets injured or they need to rotate players. So they need to do something in this transfer market. And I expect them to try and get someone in relatively soon. So Southampton with a £20 million bid. Brighton went £18 million bid in the last couple of days. Celtic yet to respond to these. Well, at least respond officially or publicly, because at the moment we don't know what's happening. But we do know that Celtic have a 40% sell-on fee contract with PSG for when they bought Edouard for £9 million back in 2018. So 40%, that's a hell of a lot of money. 40%, that means if they do sell him for 20, they have to give £8 million to PSG. So that would mean they only get a net profit of £3 million. That wouldn't be very good. That's if they sell him for 20. There was, about 18 months ago, there was talk about Edouard going for, like 50 million. So I think Celtic probably is one of these occasions where normally I say the Scottish teams, they sell players too quickly, they sell them too cheap. But with hindsight, this could be one of those occasions where you look back and you go, well, you know what, maybe Celtic should have sold them when when they got that big offer, or when big teams were actually interested in him. I mean, you remember 18 months ago, the bigger teams in the Premier League, you had the likes of Arsenal interested in Edouard, you had the likes of Leicester City interested in Edouard, and now you've got the teams towards the bottom. It's the likes of Southampton and Brighton that are interested in Edouard. So things definitely have changed here. And whether Edouard goes or doesn't go, like I said, Algetti and Lee Griffiths just haven't been good enough. And who will they get? Who could they possibly bring in? Let's talk about them maybe signing Hibernian's Kevin Nisbet, but as good as Nisbet was last season, I can't imagine Celtic fans would be happy if Celtic signed Kevin Nisbet to be their main striker this season, their number one. I just can't imagine they would be too impressed with that. Now, I don't think signing Kevin Nisbet is a bad signing at all. I think it'd be a good sign for Celtic, but again, if you're signing him to be your main man, then perhaps it's not so good of a signing. But anyway, guys, that's it. Edouard, then, I think he's going to be gone in the next couple of weeks. He'll definitely be gone this window. I'd be willing to bet money on it. He's just not interested, and now he's not even starting. And when you're not starting Edouard, I guess his value will go down, or maybe his value will go up because he's not delivering shite performances. I don't know, it's hard to tell. But in my opinion, I think Edouard's going to be going in the next couple of weeks. If I had to guess on a total amount, well, the fact that Brighton have officially bid at 18 million tells me that they're going to get at least 18 million. I think Celtic will try and hold out for about 22. I think they'll get about 22 million. Who it goes to, I don't know. I think it'll be a bottom, towards the bottom of the table, relegation bound Premier League team. So that's it for me. As for who Celtic will sign, maybe that's a separate video, guys. But I think Kevin Nisbet would be a decent signing. But whether I think he's enough for Celtic as the only striker for them to bring in, definitely not. Griffiths has to go. Ajeti arguably hasn't been given a chance, but I don't think it's good enough either. So, it is what it is. Celtic need major signings, and they need them now.